Hold on to your hats, folks, because Bitcoin is at it again. Our favorite digital roller coaster has blasted past the $100,000 mark, leaving economists baffled and investors both thrilled and terrified. This latest surge has reignited the debate. Is Bitcoin the future of finance or a bubble about to burst? One thing's for sure, it's been a wild ride and we're only just getting started. Remember when you could buy a pizza with Bitcoin? Those days are long gone, my friend. This latest price surge is more than just a blip on the radar. It signals a potential shift in the global financial landscape. The US dollar, that once mighty titan, is looking a little shaky. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is strutting around like it owns the place, flashing its decentralized smile. Could this be the beginning of the end for traditional currencies? Or is this just another case of Bitcoin getting a little ahead of itself? Of course, no one has a crystal ball, except maybe that guy on late-night TV, but he also claims to talk to the dead. The truth is, predicting Bitcoin's next move is like herding cats, messy, unpredictable, and likely to end in frustration. But hey, that's half the fun, right? Buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get interesting. Remember that time you lent your friend $2.5 trillion and they just kind of forgot about it? Well, imagine that friend is China, and instead of forgetting, they're seriously considering setting that money on fire. That's essentially the situation the US dollar is facing right now. Asian exporters, sitting on mountains of US dollar reserves, are starting to sweat. See, when the dollar weakens, those trillions of dollars are worth less. And right now, with the Fed poised to slash interest rates like a Black Friday shopper on a sugar rush, the dollar is looking about as stable as a Jenga tower built by a toddler. This avalanche of dollar selling could send shockwaves through the global economy. Think stock market plunges, soaring inflation, and maybe even a run on your local supermarket. Okay, maybe not the supermarket, but you get the idea. So what does this have to do with Bitcoin? Well, some experts believe that as the dollar stumbles, Bitcoin could emerge as a safe haven for investors seeking refuge from the storm. Think of it like this. When the world is on fire, gold tends to look pretty good. And in this digital age, Bitcoin is like gold's cooler, younger sibling. Whether it can actually live up to that hype, well, that's the million-dollar question, or should we say the million-dollar Bitcoin question. Bitcoin, the digital gold, the future of finance, the bubble that will never burst, or will it? Look, we've all heard the hype, the wild predictions, the promises of Lambos and early retirement, but let's be honest, even your grandma who still uses AOL probably has an opinion on Bitcoin these days. It's everywhere and everyone's got an angle. But beneath the hype and headlines, Bitcoin's future remains shrouded in uncertainty. Is it a genuine safe haven asset, a hedge against inflation and government overreach? Or is it just another speculative bubble fueled by FOMO and destined to crash back down to earth? The truth, as always, is probably somewhere in between. One thing is certain, Bitcoin has tapped into a deep well of dissatisfaction with the current financial system. In a world of endless bailouts, quantitative easing, and governments printing money like it's going out of style, Bitcoin's decentralized, finite nature holds a certain appeal. Whether it can truly disrupt the established order, well, that remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be a hell of a show. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get wild. Bill Miller IV, a name that screams, I know what I'm talking about, predicts Bitcoin will hit a cool $1 million. Not next week, not next year, but eventually. Why? Because he believes Bitcoin will flip gold, surpassing its $20 trillion market cap. That's right, he thinks our favorite digital currency will be worth more than all the shiny stuff we've been digging out of the ground for centuries. Now I know what you're thinking, John, you beautiful, cynical bastard, that sounds insane. And you're not wrong. $1 million Bitcoin seems about as likely as finding a unicorn riding a dragon while eating a cheeseburger. But Miller's argument, while audacious, isn't entirely bonkers. Bitcoin, he argues, is functional gold. It's scarce, divisible, and unlike gold, you don't need a vault to store it. Plus, in a world where governments can print money at will, Bitcoin's fixed supply is appealing. Of course, this all hinges on Bitcoin gaining mainstream acceptance, something that's far from guaranteed. But hey, stranger things have happened. Remember the time a reality TV star became president? Yeah, me neither.